Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is a bonus episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in uno, dos, tres, un, deux, trois, one, two, three galaxies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. It is Sunday morning here in the good old United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? We've been off for a couple of days, but we are back doing an episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a quick question for all of you, for all of my people that listen to the show. I have one question for you. Did you know Manchester United was like in second, third place in the Premier League? Listen, I haven't seen a game in some months. I haven't seen it. Last time I saw a game, they it was embarrassing. I think they lost. It might have been to Manchester City, but it wasn't good. It wasn't looking good for the home team. And ever since then, I've been doing a lot of work, so haven't had time to watch. But last week, I looked at the standings and I said, I said, wait a minute. We in third place. We back, baby. but anyway. That's for you. That's for you people that watch the Premier League, okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote my first article on Medium in a long time. I posted it there. It was good. We have more writing to do. I got started on the 2 books. I didn't quite hit the deadline, but it works in progress. We will be done by March, though. You know what? You know what I've learned? And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about a couple of things today. Today we're going to talk about distractions. And then we're going to talk about it's just going to be pure demotivation for you ladies and gents. Now, distractions are all around us. I know this, you know this, but I'm here to tell you, if in order for you to get to where you want to go, to really get where you want to go, to really do the thing that you want to do, you have to cut out distractions. I don't care if it's people, places, or things. Distractions hold you up. Distractions bog us all down. Have you ever just been sitting around and you're like, let's say you're at the doctor's office, and that little window where you're waiting, you're like, you got 10 minutes, you're kind of there and you're sitting around, and most of the time, what do? We go to the phone, we just scroll through the internet, look at text messages. You know what you can do in 10 minutes? You can write, I'm gonna give an example. In 10 minutes, I can write a poem in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I can write a poem in about 10 minutes. And so, if you have any thoughts, any ideas, any creative, things, anything that you think about for your business, use those 10 minutes. Use those 10 minutes for that instead of looking at, what actress is dating what actress, It's annoying. Well, it's not annoying, but you can't go back and look. But if you ever think about all the time that you wasted on pointless stuff, on pointless conversations, listen, I'm at a point in my life now, I'm 43. I remember when I was 22. I remember I would be, not even 22, I remember when I was 20. When I was 20, I was in the Navy. I was in the service. And I lived in San Diego. And I remember I would get a young lady's phone number, okay? and then I would get on the phone. And this is before I had a cell phone, kids. Okay, back I didn't have a cell phone, so you would have to walk to the payphone. So you would have to walk to the payphone. You walk to the payphone. You pick up the phone. Let's say you got it's Sunday morning. No, Saturday night. It was around Saturday around in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. 3 or 4 o'clock. I would pick up the phone, dial these few numbers, and I would say, hey, what are you doing? And they'd say, hey. Someone would say, who's this? But I'd say, hey, what are you doing today? Tonight, whatever, And then I would, it would cut to the chase. It's like a salesman. You would cut to the chase and you say, so you want to go out or do you want to? And they would say no, or they would say they was busy. Get right off the phone, not wasting any time, And I thought about this one day, last week, and I thought I really gotta get back to that. Now I've cut out a lot of things, but I'm not here to pat myself on the back. But I'm just here to talk to you about, some of you might be 20 listening to this, some of you might be 30, some of you might be 60, who knows? But the minute you realize, just sit there and think about how much time we actually waste and how much time we could be doing this thing and that thing and the other thing, you will say that's enough. That's it for me. I'm not wasting any more time. I'm going to structure my time and we're going to get down pat. Sometimes it's like if you have a friend that calls and they have the most, dribblest conversation, and it's not them, it's you. You have to just scale back. You have to say, hey, I can't talk long. I gotta go. If it's not benefiting you, you shouldn't do it. 2 days ago, I'll give you something you could try to do. What's something that you watch that you're like, hey, let me see if I can go 24 hours without watching this, I deleted YouTube. Now I watch YouTube clips for different things, but sometimes if I'm listening to an audio book, I'm sitting there and I go, okay, audio book. I'm kind of zoning out, and then I'll say, let me go to YouTube for music. And then I go to YouTube, listen to one song, 2 songs. Sometimes 2 songs turn into 5 songs. I'm not looking for that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait till now. I've gotten to the point where I listen to it. I finish out a chapter, then I go to the YouTube song. But 1 song, 2 songs, that's my limit. But I told myself, I said, you know what? We're gonna cut off YouTube for 24 hours. And then when I start feeling myself zoning out of the audiobook, I'm just gonna pause it and I'm just gonna think. I'm not gonna go to another distraction. I'm not gonna go to this, that, and the other, And so for 24 hours I did that. And it worked out it worked out pretty well. I realized I probably don't need YouTube that much. And plus I want to go buy CDs, but that's a whole nother story. That's for a whole nother time. You can ask me about that sometime down the road. But I realized I don't need YouTube, and then because you think you need this stuff. I was having a discussion with my wife. My wife was getting into a little heated discussion. And I said, man, I just want to go back to the flip phone. And she said, no, you do not. She said, yeah, the phone is your life is in the phone. I said, let me tell you something right now. My phone is not, ain't got nothing to do with my life. Okay. It's not a part of my life. I keep my addresses in the address book. I still go to the bank. I write out checks. I try not to pay too much stuff online. I try to avoid that. But it's just about distractions, and the phone is a major distraction. And it's on purpose, and this is why I cut out the Facebook, the the Instagram. I might go back to the Twitter only because I just want to upload my articles, and I want to get I want to be able to upload my email list and say, hey, you enjoy the writing, you enjoy the articles, sign up for the email list. I want to be able to do that. But I didn't stare at Twitter like, you stare at Facebook. You know what I mean? Some people might do it, but I didn't see the point of it. I would just upload something and then get off Twitter. So I can use Twitter, but I don't want Instagram. I don't want Facebook. You only should want them for business purposes. Listen, if it's not making you money, or if it's not driving people to your email list, or if it's not driving people to see your YouTube channel, if it's not driving people anywhere, then there's no point of you having it, And I'm not here to tell you what to do, I ain't your daddy, But the less distracted you are, the better you are, the more you can do the thing that you want to do. And I was listening to this book last night by the great Rick Rubin. If you don't know Rick Rubin is a producer. He, helped Def Jam get off the ground. But Rick Rubin is more of a, now when I see Rick Rubin, he's more like a spiritual, person. He sort of walks around. He lives the life. It seems like he lives a very peaceful life. You know what I mean? And so he was just talking about being creative and creative space. And it's a good book. It's called like Creative Things by Rick Rubin. You can check it out. It's like a 6-hour audio book. But he's just talking about creative flow, creative process, less distractions, being able to do your work. And the less distracted you are, the better you are. I'll give you an example. The other day, I got done with the truck. I had to do a few things with the truck. Got done with that. Got out the computer. I said, no distractions. Got it out. Started typing. Type. I only think it was 30 minutes. Article done. Okay? And because, I said no. I told myself, I said no music, no phone, no nothing. Just cut it out. Got the writing. 30 minutes later, we were done. And I got to start doing more of that. And we all got to start doing more of that, because you want to be a producer. You don't want to be the one listening. You want to be a producer. Am I saying cut out everything and just live the life of silence and work? Of course not. There's a time and a place for that. You know what I mean? I only watch TV with my daughter. I only watch TV with my wife. I do not sit there and watch TV. I have more things to do. But if my wife wants to watch a TV show with me, then I watch a TV show with my wife. You know why? Because that's bonding time. That's, I sit there, talk to her, we watch the show. We don't watch. I have one show that I watched, Abbott Elementary. I watch it with her. I watch Beat Bobby Flay with her. That's all I got. That's bonding time. My daughter, she likes to watch Sesame Street. She likes to watch Miss Rachel. So my daughter says, we sit there for an hour and we watch that. Then I say, all right, come on, kid, let's go outside and let's go do something. I'm not saying you just have to take the fun out, but if you're able to fight off the distractions, if you are able to produce the things that you want to do, you will have more time in the future for all the things that you want to do. Let's say you want to go walk on a beach on a Tuesday. If you cut out distractions, if you cut all that out, you'll have the time and the freedom to do all of that. You know what I mean? And I tell you what, it is better to walk down the beach on a Tuesday, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, than it is on the weekend. Okay? So the less distractions you have, the more you're able to create. And the more things that you create, the more things that you do, you will be better off for it. It's not about money. It's not about this. It's not about that. It's what what do you want? What do you want to do? And the less distracted you are, the more you are able to free up your mind, clear out mental space, write stuff, study stuff, think about stuff, and you will get a lot further down the road than what you are doing now or than what you want to do. Trust me. Believe me. I wasted a lot of time in my early years of watching TV, nonsense TV. The 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 one thing that I will always watch whenever I feel like I've done something. If I write, I've been writing lately. Let's say today's Sunday. I'm gonna write some more, and after I'm done writing, you know what I'm gonna 30 minutes. I'll probably watch an episode of Seinfeld, because that's gonna be the reward. It's like, all right, good, great. I've done what I need to do. Now I can watch 30 minutes of Seinfeld, an hour of Seinfeld, something like that. Two shows that I will always watch that will never get old to me are Seinfeld and Andy Griffith. Those are going to be my reward shows. I give you another example, of trying to gain some focus. Tuesday, I decided, I said, hey, I'm going to go 24 hours without eating, because eating is a part of the distraction sometimes. Because you eat, listen, maybe not you, but for me, when I first used to want to write, I would go, man, how can I write when I'm hungry, And I would get up, go, start making this stuff. It's an hour, I'm making chili or whatever, eating it, I gotta eat it again, gotta eat another bowl. And an hour will go by. Of course, when you gotta eat, you gotta watch TV, right? So, it'd be like an hour and a half went by. And I'm like, whew, now I need a nap. It would the first couple of times I was getting annoyed with myself, and eating was a distraction. And so, I decided Tuesday, I said, I'm going to go 24 hours without eating. I'm just going to drink water, a water fast, So I thought that was going to be hard, but it wasn't hard like I thought. And then something happened, which I will say, the next day, I had a salad, and for the first time in a long time, I was eating, and I could actually, it was like a slowdown. It was a slowdown with the eating, and I could taste every bit of the salad, like the chicken, I could tell like what seasoning they put on the chicken, I actually, the lettuce actually tasted good, and I was like, oh, this is different. And I was like, 24 hour fasted, It made me less distracted too, because, it just helped, So try a lot of different things when it comes to being distracted. That's all I'm gonna say, 24 hour water fast might not be for you, but it worked for me. And now I've started doing the intermediate fast, and that's a whole nother thing. But I've gotten used to eating in between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. So it's working. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take this to a commercial. You can listen to how wonderful Anchor is. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do pure motivation. So, enough about distractions. Don't be distracted. Listen to this commercial, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back now, ladies and gentlemen. This probably won't take long at all. This is just pure motivation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing stopping you. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing stopping you but self. You can do anything that you want to do. That is a Fact. Take away anything that happened to you in the past. Forget all that. Don't think about the future. Think about what you are doing right now. Do the thing that you want to do right now. Just start. It doesn't matter, good, bad, or indifferent. I will give you a story. I will give you I will tell you about why you should just start and just keep going, and you'll get better. It does not matter. Make sure you get better. Work on it every day. Work on it all the time, and you will get better. Ladies and gentlemen, 2004, I went to truck driving school. People, I was the worst. Okay? I was one of the worst ones in the class. It's just a fact. I couldn't back the truck. I couldn't back the truck to save my life. It was not good, you know. People was always laughing, you know. I'm like, whatever, man, you know. They just say, "Man, you never go get it," you know. No. And it was getting bad, you know. But I remember I got a phone call because I had worked at the prison. We had a dispute, you know. I walked away from the job. They called me back. I was in the middle of truck driving school, struggling. They called me back. They said, "Hey, you know, we want you to come back. Want you to work, blah, 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 blah." So I'm at the crossroads, you know. And I tell myself, like, oh, man, I'm sucking it with this truck driving thing, you know. I'm just sucking real bad. I say, you know what, man, forget them people. I said, they know I didn't do anything wrong. You know, they wrote me some letter, you know, we apologize, but they didn't want to give me any back pay. So I was like, you know, I'm right and I don't get back pay. I said, even though I'm struggling with this, I'm going to stick with this because this is going to change, you know, my life. And I stuck with it. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It was hard. There's many times I wanted to quit, but I stuck with it. I just kept doing it. I kept getting better. And today, if you see me back to truck today, this guy's a professional, okay? But the point is, it doesn't matter. There's nobody stopping you but you. Do not listen to. You can't listen to anybody. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You can love all these people you want. You can love everybody. Everybody's not gonna come. Everybody's not gonna be a believer. You have to just do it. You don't wait for applause. Don't wait for an audience. Don't wait for a crowd. Just do it. Just do it. Just start working on it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you want to be a writer, a musician, a pianist. It does not matter if it's a hobby. It doesn't matter if you want to get paid for it. Whatever this thing is that you want to do, just start doing it. And the more you do it, the better you will be. It's just natural. It doesn't matter about talent. It doesn't matter about any of that. All of that is out there. I know a lot of people that have talent and they ain't did nothing with it. It don't matter. You just got to get in there and do it. Just shut up. Leave all the excuses at the door. Leave everything at the door. Put yourself out there, man, and just go. Just go. I'm telling you, if you ever, I had the privilege of watching my daughter go from the girl didn't want to walk, the girl didn't want to hardly crawl, and she was getting close to a year old, I remember. And my wife was like, "We're gonna have to go to the doctor." I said, "Nah, man." I said, "One day she's just gonna start walking and she'll be running." I said, "That'll be it." And fast forward now, that was 7 months ago, 8 months ago maybe. She's 19 months old now. As soon as I open the door, As soon as I open the door now, she takes off running. Boom, she's gone. And she's getting down the street quick, and she's walking, she's moving around, she's talking. There's nothing that's stopping her. There's nothing that's stopping her, because there's nobody saying you can't do it, you can't do this, you can't do that. There's no distractions. There's no naysayers. There's no nothing. And whatever it is that you want to do, of course, eventually. If there's something that you want to get paid for, eventually, you have to market yourself and all that stuff. I ain't saying that, but in the beginning, if you just starting from scratch, starting from zero, then just get started, and that's the best thing that you can do. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. Let me tell you something. I ain't Ernest Hemingway. I wrote 50 articles. I wrote 50 articles a couple years ago, before the baby. Before the baby. I was just writing. And eventually, I remember I was on Medium writing. I got published in one place. Another place started publishing my stories, and then I got into a third place that wanted to publish my stories. And I'm not Ernest Hemingway, but I just kept writing and kept trying to learn about, passive voice and active voice and all that jazz. But the point is, there's nothing stopping you. There's no wall, there's no barrier, there's no nothing. If you want to be the funniest YouTube comedian in the world, just start filming yourself. Your skits might be trash at first, but you'll get better. And you'll get better. And you'll get better. And then when people will see you. And then people will come around you. And then people will want to work with you. And then you'll get it down pat. If you want to sing your little pea picking heart out. Okay? Sing. You'll get better. You want to be a singer-songwriter, write songs, you'll get better. There's nothing on this earth that we can't do. There's nothing on this earth that we cannot do. There's nothing. You have to just start. It doesn't matter. You have to just start. And I know it's been a lot of I'm not sitting here bragging, I'm not sitting here boasting. I'm just telling you from my perspective. I can't give you nobody else's perspective. I started this podcast. Let me tell you something. I didn't know. I listened to a lot of podcasts, but it don't mean I know how to run one. I did not know what I was doing. I did not know. I had no clue. I would record, talk, upload a thing, and go. I just kept doing it. And eventually one day I told my wife, I said, hey, I got a little podcast. She got annoyed, but I told her just like this. I said, hey, if I would have told you about the podcast, you would have probably told me it was a bad idea. What are you going to talk about? What are you doing? And I would have said, you know what, you probably right. And then I wouldn't have done it. So I said, nope, I'm just going to do it. And we're just gonna go for it. And we don't have Joe Rogan numbers, of course not. But we're not looking too bad. It's not bad at all. And I'm only gonna get better. But the point is, there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that can stop you from doing the thing that you want to do. I promise you. Sometimes we hear people. I can hear my mother whenever I think about some entrepreneurial idea, some entrepreneurial thought that I have in my mind. I hear my mom now. Get a job. Get a real job. Get a real job. But I can't listen to her. She worked, God bless her, she worked from the time she was 18 to she was 65 in the nursing industry, That's good for her. It didn't put me through college. You know what I mean? It didn't. She didn't give us millions of bucks. So, you know, a job is a cool thing. It's cool and all that. But in my mind, I said, you know, both my parents, they worked. I ain't mad at that. God bless them. They did the best. They did the best. They provided for me and my brother. But I want more. I want to thrive. I don't want to just have a job and survive. And you know, I don't want that. I don't want that life. And that's just me. But I don't want that life. You know. I want to do things on my own. You know, I want to say, hey, you know, working for myself is just how I want to be, and we're doing that, and we're making it all aspects of my life that way. You know, and it's just every day is something different. But every day I get better. You know, with the truck, it's been quite fascinating. You know, it's been tough. It was a lean. I had a lean couple months, the first couple of months, but I've gotten a lot better. Gotten a lot better with getting the loads. But it's just you just got to get in there and do it. And it's just for all of us, man, woman, they, them, don't matter. Don't matter what you are. Don't matter what you want to do. Whatever you want to be, just start doing it. And the more you do it, the better you will get. It will become a muscle. It will become a muscle. Trust me. It will become a muscle. It will become a part of your everyday experience. You will get to the point where you have to do it. I have to record. If I don't record after a couple of days, I feel kind of antsy, you know. I have to record. It's in me now, and it's just the way it goes. And the thing that you want to do will be in you, and you will have to do it. It doesn't matter. I told my wife it was the Super Bowl. I said, hey, I gotta go record. Forget the Super Bowl. I got business to take care of. You know. I recorded the episode, and that was it. But I'm not here to, you know, rah. You have to put in the work. You have to just start. You know, don't be so distracted and just start doing it. And the outcome, you will be a lot further along than the people that say, I'm going to start. I'm going to do it. Nah, you don't want to be like that. I love my brother to death, but my brother, he's one of the people that he's going to start this, he's going to start that. And, you know, it's been 25 years and, you know, I love him, but he hasn't started anything. It's just the way it goes. Some people, you know, you can talk yourself into starting stuff for 30 years and never do it. Or you can get started today. You can just start right now. Write down your ideas, write down your goals, your dreams, your thoughts. Write them down and just start doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of Online Marketing Moves. We will be back tomorrow with an all-new episode. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. God bless. And as always, everybody, peace.